articulate the problems that I see. And I was waiting to see if you were going to say anything, in my ear there, but you were. Yeah. I mean, if. Okay, so that's a good one to keep up, and you'd have to remind me of the referencer. You'd have to bring me up the reference, because they will probably go, because I know it's a chess game here, they will probably go, and where is that? As if they don't believe it or they've never heard it. So I would need to be able to provide the reference for that. Yeah. Hello, here's Kalam. Man. Hey!
We live, baby.
We live. How long you been here?
Man, Stops.
Stops is in my ear here.
Yeah.
He will see you in a moment.
Oh, man.
How long are you here? You just get here?
I've just got here now.
Oh, you just saw him just now. You just looking around?
Have a little look around.
Sweet, brother.
And then stir up a little bit of controversy and then just head out.
Make sure you stay safe, eh? And I'll catch up with you later, buddy.
Right, cool.
Cheers, Kalam.
Bless.
He's a good man. Yeah, I like Kalam. He's a great guy. A great guy. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's true. So he's taking it from all sides. You're absolutely right. And look here, just to show, Raj is still here. He's the man.
What they're trying to do in the UK, in this park, is just
Still playing chess.
Me to say sorry, I apologise, forgive me for talking about Islam or saying something bad. And I'm not paying that bullshit to you. So that's what I put in the context.
Yeah, I think so. He's a Shia. You know, it's Isa. His name is Isa. I think you know this.
And it's like intimidation, and you have to say sorry, and you can't talk about X, Y, Z.
Raj?
That's the jizya. I'm leaving more vexed with your Asian talk. Yeah, but mine is going to the Asian talk. No, I'm saying they have issues.
6:30 and Raj is still here.
You say about
I'm still here, man.
He's doing well.
This is what I'm saying. The anger I've seen from you is more to do with, because I'm now going in a different trajectory now. I'm not talking about. I'm saying even before. I'm saying when you mentioned jizya, that's
he's having a conversation. I mean, I can butt in, I suppose. But
thing that's majorly been Pakistan. I'm saying the anger that I've seen come from you is majorly because you mentioned Pakistan. Yeah. But the reason why I'm
going to go over to the atheists here quickly.
You almost got away with it.
Yeah, that's a thing. Here's the atheist guys.
Hello.
Andy, Ian, and Steve. The three musketeers. Hey. And there's James. Hey, James. And I've seen this gentleman, but I haven't met him.
Wednesday, we'll be talking again.
Yeah, I've seen this gentleman. I haven't met him. Mohammed Rob, how are you doing, man?
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Good. What are you talking about? Come on. What's going on here? What's the big conspiracy theory?
What's been going on, right, is that I've still realised that there is no evidence of God. And what's also realised is that the smoked salmon sandwiches in Pret a Manger are amazing today.
Isn't that not evidence of God?
Have you got any evidence of that? Evidence, please, Ian.
But unfortunately, the package has now disappeared into the blue yonder, so I've got nothing to show you.
Oh, no. Then I just have to take your word for it.
And I don't want to advertise them, but they're £3.59 and they're on the shelf there, just at that branch there in Marble.
That sounds entirely subjective, Ian.
It is a bit subjective.
Okay, right.
But if you'd like to go and prove yourself, I could take you to the point of proof.
That's true. We could actually investigate under scientific conditions.
Yes. Whereas that I can take you to the point of proof and take you to the actual rack where that.
Yes. Yeah. Because of course that's a bit different to the claim. Because where's God? Hey, Ian.
Exactly. Where is he? If anybody could bring him here, I've been coming here 50 years. If anyone could bring him here one Sunday to talk to me, maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Always welcome. God is always welcome here if you'd like to turn up and say hello.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people here waiting for you.
Yes, and you're one of them,
It would
clearly.
solve a hell of a lot of problems if you could
I
turn
agree.
up. Please come anytime you like. If you need transport, I can arrange El Al, the Israeli airline, to bring you here. Or if you're...
He's probably able to do it himself, I think.
If you're Hashem, then the El Al will bring you. If you are Allah, Emirates will bring you, or Etihad, that's fine. I said, but whatever your God is, bring it here because we do need it. And also with the Catholics, Alitalia, of course, will bring it. They bring your Pope so they can bring God. All I would say is that it would help if God would appear here one Sunday after 50 years of waiting.
I think it would clear up a lot.
It would
you
clear up
agree?
a lot
Yeah.
of answers.
Yeah.
And I think it might even improve the sort of general feeling of the place.
Yes, he
you
could
know.
certainly lay down the laws as well,
Yes.
and we get it firsthand from the man
Exactly,
himself,
exactly.
or the woman, or the it, or
what
whatever
I'm
it
really
might be.
looking for is just some real evidence of this thing that it appears man has created. If you
Yes.
could do that, I'd be most grateful.
Okay,
Anyway,
well, there you
thank
go.
you
So
very
if
much.
you're a viewer and you have any information in that regard, please get in contact with Ian. He's waiting to hear all
I'm
about
waiting
it.
to hear, and I'm waiting to be convinced that it's absolutely fine, but would you please bring the person himself to see me? It would help.
Good stuff.
Thank
There
you
we
very
go.
much.
The clouds are beginning to part.
There we go.
Rumbling noise.
I bet everybody's saying that idiot up there is.
Nothing. Just a normal sunset.
Indeed, indeed. Cool.
Had a good day, Rob, yes?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Not as much as we'd like, but hey.
Been quite busy today, though.
Yeah, a little bit. So we'll take a little wander around, see what else we come
I will
across.
see you later.
Yes, sir. King.
Do you think you really will? We will. You have to understand, whether you like it or not, there's 3 Sikhs in the park here, but because they don't wear a turban,
There's a police seat.
you don't know they're Sikh.
There is. There's a police seat.
Because you look the same.
What's that?
The only way you can tell is if there's a name or you saw this.
No, but obviously very visibly.
But I'm
a
saying
Sikh.
even a Sikh, for instance, if no one's interested in any of the religions of the community, do you think they're still bunching together?
They do, yeah. So the bunch is still together, but we've gone to such different trajectories that the Asian Muslim community is going this way in a rabbit hole that we don't want to follow, and the Sikh and Hindu community, and this is not a representation.
But this is the thing,
are going in
I mean,
this
at
way.
the end of the day, you've got your battle, I've got mine. And I'm saying my thing is that it's Sunnism that's making that.
Yeah, I mean, I could try specifying, but I don't have the statistic. But the thing is,
Brother, listen, it's very clear, okay? The mentality of the Sunnis is who they follow.
most people from the Asian subcontinent are actually Sunnis.
No, but I'm telling you, the religion of Sunnism follows people who were the kidnappers, who betrayed the Prophet, etc. You understand? So when you look into Sunnism as it is, it's something which is like just oppression. It's about conquest. That's what it's about. And to conquer, you have to look down on the.
I'll be honest with you, the only Shia.
Nobody's seen Abu Tablet.
But I'm saying the mentality. If you look at the difference between
Yeah, I know,
Imam
I
Ali,
know, I know.
you look at Imam
Shias
Ali.
behave differently, I know.
Right, they got the 3 caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. Yes? And you look at their behaviour after the Prophet. You know,
he used to
taking money
chat
from
to
the door of
Shias,
the
didn't he?
Prophet, all
Stops.
kind of different things that they did. So they legitimise all kinds of
Stops,
crazy
okay.
stuff that they do from the people that they say is the best of mankind. How can the
Oh,
first
you've gone-
generation,
you've gone very soft, I don't know, you've moved away from the mic.
be the best when they fought and killed each other and the grandson of the Prophet?
What is your thoughts on Sufis?
Sufis are Shia that wanted to preserve the mystical knowledge, but because they were under
there's-
oppressive
on
Sunni
the bigger
regimes,
questions, there's
they had
nothing
to
really
say,
any
yeah, we
different,
believe
isn't
in
it?
this.
It's just
You'll see
the belief about who
You'll see them
the
hold Imam Ali up really high.
Caliph was after
But then
Muhammad's
also
death.
hold Abu
Is that the
Bakr
main
and
thing,
Uthman.
or is there other
It didn't
things?
make sense, but they had to survive. So they were doing taqiyya so long they became Sufis.
Of this, sorry?
Study them. Because I
Because I
studied.
believe Sufism is the real.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I've already been to them. I'm saying rather than being a Sufi which has contradictions, because they're saying Imam Ali is the spiritual successor, and he's high and he's this and he's the best, blah blah blah. But they're saying in the dunya, meaning in the world, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman are the first rightly guided caliphs. It doesn't make any sense because Islam doesn't separate between politics and spirituality. You understand? But this is what I'm saying. The Sufis in general, but when you really get to the nitty gritty, hypocrisy is in there.
Why don't you come jump on our show? Why don't you get him onto Gin and Tonic? You've not been on Gin
I
and
do watch it.
Yeah,
I've once I spoke.
you can come on. You can
Oh,
come
look,
on.
it's the KKK Grand Wizard.
The White Devil.
There we go.
White Devil. Run Devil, man.
He
Run
used
Devil,
to be the
man.
KKK Grand Wizard
I know.
until they caught him kissing a black woman. Be careful of this guy.
Stevie. Stevie.
Don't trust this guy. You know why? Rob, this guy's an atheist.
I don't know.
He probably is
No, he is.
undercover,
He is
like
like
Modi.
I was Jedi.
Rob, question him on the existence of God, and he will get very cagey about what he's
I
got.
don't get
You are an
cagey.
atheist.
I
Dude, you're an
explained
atheist.
it, but I don't
You
get
know,
cagey.
you are an atheist.
Okay, well, ask him a question. Let's
Yeah,
see.
go on.
Go on then.
Come on. Ask me about
When
Allah.
I asked you about God, what did you do?
Answer. Do it now.
I asked
Ask me
you.
about Allah. What did I say?
What did you say about God? You were really slippery, dude. You wouldn't define what it was.
No, that's not true. Never
Does
true.
God exist?
Right, this is what.
Does God
I'll just
exist?
say it. Hold on.
He's going to lie now.
No. I'm going to tell you almost word for word what I said because it's a common thing that people ask.
Yeah.
I say my understanding of what the word Allah
This is not what
refers
you
to.
did. You were there.
Wait. I'm saying it's a word for the human mind to conceive of a source. Do you understand? So it has definitions. It has associations.
Atheist.
You see? Now he's right to say that because I used to say so that people didn't give this anthropomorphic.
Oh no! Here's our anti-science guy.
Hey, my brother.
What's happened here?
This is my long lost brother. By a sheer mark.
Now this guy is an undercover atheist. I truly believe he's an undercover. This guy for sure.
He's a true believer. This dude.
No.
Your friend Isa is an atheist. You know that?
No, he cannot possibly be a believer. His arguments are so bad, but that actually reflects badly on atheism. But of course, every atheist can be different. Yeah. It's.
Oh, you're talking about Isa?
No, Modine. Oh, it's. We asked him on the other side. He made a claim that he's got scientific evidence for God, and it was atrocious. And that's why I thought he must be trolling.
Oh, right. Oh,
It
it's
can't
so
be.
bad.
It can't be serious. He cannot be serious.
Trust
He
me,
must be
he's
trolling.
serious.
No, he can't be. Nobody can make that bad arguments.
It's going to be in biology.
Good for you.
Oh, where?
Don't tell him. He's an atheist. Don't never trust an atheist.
I think he's an.
Rob, we know-
I think he's an
jealous.
undercover atheist.
He's just jealous.
You
He doesn't
slippery
have-
motherfucker! Why don't you just admit you're an
Look at the
atheist?
language.
You are a
Look at the
slippery
language.
piece of shit. You are
Excuse
an
me,
atheist, dude.
Mr. Devil. Understand? You see these swear
Atheist.
words?
An atheist.
Mr. Piece of Feces. See, I don't need to swear. I'm leaving. Take care. All right, brother. Listen,
you
take
two
care.
debate, Steve.
Right, listen.
You asked me what God. When I asked you, does God exist? You said, what do you mean by God?
That's what I'm saying.
Atheist. You're an atheist.
That's what I'm saying. If you ask me a question, and what you understand by that terminology most likely will be different to what I understand it, then it's best for you to define what you mean, right?
Well, I would ask you, what do you mean by God?
But this is what I'm saying.
Go on, Rob.
If you say,
Rip
do I
him,
believe
rip him
in
a new
something?
Don't try and make me.
Yeah.
If it's, for instance, if it's coming from someone that I know, let's say a Sufi,
Is he
and they
here?
ask me,
Don't even
I know
try
to
it.
respond to a Sufi in a different way.
Don't even say it.
If an atheist asks me, I'll ask
No,
a
I've had
different
a
way.
lot.
If a Sunni asks me the question, a different way.
He's dead
But
to me.
all of it getting to the central point of
But do you think I
it's
had
the
myself
human
right?
mind that needs a label to put onto the source.
Okay, that source, has it got some attributes? Has it got some
Right, and I'm saying
some
that
quantifiable attributes about it?
when you say quantifiable, I'm saying the attributes, the name and attributes are for the human mind. Do you understand?
Luckily,
It's a delusion, in other words.
Does an entity that can make decisions and has power to create the universe exist outside of the universe? Is that what you would
The problem
typically?
with outside of the universe, again, I define.
Are you
how
more
they
like
exist.
pantheists? Do you think God and the universe is one, or do you think that there's a separation between the two?
Conceptually, this is why I keep referring back to the human mind.
Well, we only have one mind, and we've got to
This
conceptualize,
is what I'm
right?
saying. When you say outside and soul, what the hell does that mean?
It's easy. There's a boundary to the universe. Beyond the boundary is potentially beyond the boundaries. Yeah. But that's what Muslims tell me.
I have to introduce whatever I'm saying
Daytime
with in relation to the human thinking.
Okay, but that's a
You get what I'm
truism.
saying?
I mean, that's
So-
always the case, yeah?
Not necessarily, because a Muslim will tell you, or a general, let's say Sunni, and maybe even Shia, will say, yes, this is the way it is. So Allah is outside the universe.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, first and foremost, there is a human conception of what the universe is. Yes?
Sure,
Of
yeah,
himself.
like the natural
And
world.
I'm
yeah.
saying that is the limitations of the human mind. Do you understand?
No, but I don't think that's true, because if the Quran is talking about Allah and His attributes and so forth,
You say you went to the Quran. I'm talking about a human being, and you're talking about the Quran.
yeah, but the Quran informs Muslims, does it not?
I'm saying to you, the Quran is a guidebook for the human mind.
Sure.
Right, so I'm saying, without the Quran, I may still come to certain conclusions about a source. Yes?
You could do, but
Right?
the Quran is your guide, though.
No, this is what I'm saying. There is still the human mind that exists with the Quran or not.
I understand.
So I'm saying to you, The Quran may assist my thinking, my questioning about the source. But it's up to us to question what is the Quran actually saying.
But is it not clear enough that you can get it from a reading?
You know what I'm saying? As a guidebook, it's for the human to also evolve their thinking, because you're all born into certain cultures that say God is this and God is that. Yes, God can. And
Well,
God
not
can't.
every culture, but yes,
No, I'm saying
there's
those
quite a
that
few.
do.
Yeah, sure.
I'm saying the cultures that talk about God.
Yes.
For instance, some would say he's got a son, and you know he's the type of God that
But those that were born into a Muslim culture will have the Quran as their source. So let's just use those people.
I don't know what to say to it. Okay, the Quran is saying what it's saying.
Yes.
But the person, how do you know the person has understood it? I'm not saying the deficiency is in the Quran. I'm saying the deficiency is in the culture that tells those people how to approach the Quran. Do you see the difference?
Okay.
Yeah? I'm saying,
Is the Quran not more powerful than the culture, though? If the book, in my view, was perfect, I could be Japanese, I could be an Eskimo, I could be a Hindu, I could read the book and I would understand it irrespective of my culture. So it sounds to me that the culture has some influence that the Quran is unable to bypass.
it's very able. But you have to have the attributes of sincerity to truth. If you're not
Okay, but that's a subjective claim, isn't it? Because I've read the Quran, my friend who's listening has read it, people who've read it, so...
You keep saying read is, you have to study. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough. So your claim is in order to understand the Quran fully or to a higher level, you have to study it, correct?
I'm saying subject. So you're talking about Allah. Yes? So if you're talking about Allah, it's something you have to study. Yes?
Okay, but so you presumably study. Can you tell me what the Quran says about Allah? Because presumably I haven't studied enough, so that's fine.
Let's
Cool.
say there's a lot, right? But try to narrow it down.
Because I'm going to ask you certain questions, I'm not getting a clear answer. Based on your understanding, is it an entity that exists?
Your questions, please appreciate that
Okay.
your questions are coming from the perspective that you're seeing Islam and the Quran from a certain paradigm already when you ask your questions.
Based on what people tell me, yes?
Exactly.
Correct.
So I'm
yes.
saying when I'm talking, I now have to try and bridge that gap. Yeah? Because your questions really wouldn't make much sense to me from my perspective. As I've said, we start off as a human being with a brain, with a mind. We will question things regardless if we had a Quran or not. The Quran is there to assist you. But if you approach the Quran from a certain culture that it's a holy book instead of a scientific book, then you're going to read it and say, well, that means that and that means that. But the Quran is to be read according to how it specifically says in and of itself. For instance, here's an example. It says in the Quran, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. His light is as it were a niche. How would you understand it? Just those two sentences.
Sorry, say the sentence again.
Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. His light is as it were a niche.
I don't know what niche is. What is
You know, like the hole in the wall when they recite, it causes resonation of the sound to go back. It's like a little groove dug out in the wall.
okay, no, I've not come across that. No,
Sometimes they put even a lamp in there, and that makes the light emanate, rebound better.
Okay,
Imagine you've got a wall.
But okay, let's use the first part. So
Right, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth.
yeah, so to me that's like Allah is the source of the heavens and the earth. That's how I would interpret
Okay.
that.
The source.
So
Why
as
would
in
you
like
associate light with source?
because light has a source,
If he is
and
the light,
so the protons move towards our eyes from somewhere
there you
else.
go. You see what you did? I'm not blaming you, but I'm saying look at how you looked at it
Yeah.
when you said the photons.
Confess your sins,
Or what did you say? Protons or photons?
Photons.
We've got the photons.
The
We've
things
got
that
No, I know
are light,
what
yeah.
photons are, but I thought you said photons. Okay. So you came at it from a scientific perspective when I said the word light.
Well, naturalistic, yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong.
Sure.
I'm just saying when you said it. So for instance, my understanding, first little basic understanding, is that when you throughout the
There's some women that want to see you though, yeah? Over there. And really. No, seriously.
okay.
Seriously, they write the book and they need your help.
Okay. Listen, women. Thanks, Galal.
There you go.
So the light, for instance, light is always understood as an opposition to darkness. Correct?
Well, not always, but that's one understanding.
I'm
yeah.
saying, how would you know when we say something's light? Oh, sorry. From the Quranic perspective,
Okay.
light and darkness are mentioned as the opposites. Yes. So we're going within the Quranic paradigm. So if Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth, it would be that Allah is the consciousness. Because
Okay, but that's your subjective interpretation, yeah? Okay.
It's the perspective of if you're in darkness, total darkness, you're not aware of anything. If nothing moves, there's no sound, there's no smells, there's nothing. What do you have?
Okay, so you mean if all your senses, you cannot have access to your senses, but that would be the same if there were light and you had no access to your senses, right? Because if you were blind and everything was the same.
It's introduced the heavens and the earth.
Okay, but the point that you made was in darkness, if you devoid of your senses, you would have no access to any information around you. Yes?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so what I think we can say here is that you've got a perspective on what you believe those verses mean, and I have a perspective, right?
I guess the issue is when I'm talking, I've got maybe another 20 verses that I've linked and understood this when I'm talking to you. For me to know it refers to consciousness.
What is consciousness?
We're talking about the name Allah, not the named. Do you understand the difference?
Okay, so is this
name and not the name?
Is this consciousness something that is not in our brains? Is it something beyond us? Explain this consciousness. What is this consciousness?
So you have to understand first the difference between the name and the thing named. For instance, if I took your name, whatever it is it Rob?
Rob, yeah.
Rob, and I wrote your name down, there's a separation between what I've written, or even if I spoke it, and Rob. There's a
what it refers to. There's a label and what the label refers to. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
The label, if you
Sure.
want to put it that way. So I'm saying there's Allah here, and it's referring to the name itself. And again, that's part of the study.
Okay, I'm not.
Sounds Sufistic.
To me, I'm not concerned with the name. I want to know the attributes of the entity to which it refers.
Right. And my whole, you know what? It's. I hear what you're saying, and it takes like step 1, step 2, step 3 for me to answer what you're saying.
Okay.
Because the difference is
maybe there's another time for that. Sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The difference is if I was talking to somebody more familiar with the Quran, more familiar with, let's say, the mystical aspect, all of what I'm saying will just make sense, as it did.
Maybe we should have you on the show with Ash, who's a Sufi. I was chatting to.
I spoke to.
Yeah. Do you agree with any of his views?
Well, Sufism, like I said, comes from true Islam, so-called Shia.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Right.
So that's why we have so much in common. But the Sufis were oppressed, so they said, okay, we accept a lot of this Sunni stuff. And they'd done it so long, they became.
Well, he doesn't seem to at all. He's like completely esoteric with this whole thing.
No, when I say Sunni, as in they have the beliefs of Sunnis,
okay.
which Shias totally reject.
Right.
And they had to accept them, otherwise the wicked Sunni caliphs would have killed them.
I'll see if we can get in contact, and maybe we can do a show and we can go into it a bit more. All right, buddy.
I appreciate your questions.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Asa. Yeah, we've got a few guys coming out with masks on now. Is it sort of time where
it's time to kick someone out of the park?
Did they?
No, it could be time to kick someone out of the park, ain't it?
Yeah. So here they're all back again. Stops, did you hear that? All of that? Okay. I know. I just wanted to see what would happen there. And again, it sounds like he's got the Sufi type views that are not traditional Islam. So, yeah. So here's Raj, here's Steve. Kalam is here somewhere, where he was. He's walked away. Yeah, no, he's over there now. He's walked away. Sorry, I'm pointing on the camera, which you'll only see in 20 seconds.
They always seem to go crazy at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
like the Gremlins.
It's like nighttime attracts those animals.
YouTube channel.
Yeah,
they're like Gremlins at 7 o'clock.
Speakers Corner UK.
Yeah.
The Mujahideen come out at 7.
What's that? What are you laughing at?
It's 7 o'clock.
It is it?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Nearly.
So it's always around this time that they go crazy. They're like the Gremlins when you, after 12 o'clock, they go freaking nature.
It's like certain animals only come out after dark.
You'll be completely like a put, like that, and you'll be in Guantanamo Bay in 1 second. Not even no trial.
There's lots of Muslims that seem to be attracted to you, Raj. What do you want to say about that?
I ain't paying that bullshit, Jizya. You're mad.
There's our ISIS boy.
You're mad. We're not having Sharia in this part.
Raj, can you comment? Because there's a lot of Muslims that are attracted. It's almost like moths to a flame. What's your thoughts on that?
I think they're just very, 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 very sad people, and they just like to see people. Let's just say they're just low IQ morons. That's why.
Right. Okay. I don't think that's the case.
This is when they're going to start surrounding what?
Yeah. You might need to move to a place where there's light, under the lamp or something. You know?
No. We'll stick to our ground. You don't know what character.
I've seen it. That's not the minor.
Maybe fucking anally. I mean verbally. Come on.
Well, we've done a good impression.
We laugh together. We have this solution. Don't get you're going to watch this. Resist. Listen to
you. Steve, I'm convinced that Mo is an atheist trolling. Nobody can have as bad arguments as that. That was
a bit of that. You think that fucking must be true.
Must be. Nobody is that bad. There's a few late night Tommy supporters here.
Oh, really?
Well, they were somebody was shouting at us.
Was that Tommy?
You got one right here.
Yeah, big up Tommy Robinson, man. Big up Tommy Robinson.
Why is it that most Muslims just won't accept free speech, eh? Why do you think that is?
Low IQ.
Yeah, come here.
Have free speech. Who's stopping you from having free speech? No?
Well, so do you support free speech, the right to say whatever you like, apart from incitement to violence?
Yeah, well, obviously.
Okay.
You should respect other people's feelings at the same time.
Okay, so when there's a conflict between respecting feelings and the right to say something, which one should get precedence?
Obviously, the right to say something.
Okay, cool.
But then at the same time, you should respect people's feelings. Because obviously,
yeah, but you just said that, my friend. And what happens when there's a conflict? Then you agree that people have the right to say it.
You have the right to say it, but obviously you got to think about what you're saying before you say it, because you know it can cause problems.
Is there anything that you think is there anything that you think people do not have the right to say here in Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, obviously certain things that Tan was saying.
Like what?
I'm not going to repeat what you were saying at end.
Well, so he shouldn't say that. Is that all, or is anything else?
Just no racism, and obviously freedom of speech, but no racism, no hate speech, no racism. That's all it is.
Okay, so it's limited speech then, right?
Huh?
It's entirely limited. Because hate speech and free speech are not synonymous, right? So if you have hate speech, then you must by definition have limited speech, right?
I'm not saying that. Obviously, you have the right to your free speech, but at the same time...
But free...
I'm trying to say have the right to your free speech, but at the same time, be careful what you say. Like certain things, what I said, Tan was saying, is not considered as freedom of speech.
And what have I said that deserves your wrath?
Huh?
What have I said that deserves your wrath?
Oh my! Oh
yeah, all the Muslim Ummah's wrath. What have I said?
You keep on talking. You love Muslims.
You need to specify those.
Every week, grooming gangs.
Is there anything wrong with talking about that?
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Obviously, you can talk about it all you like, but why don't you?
Hold on. Alright, so that's out of it now. So go to the next one.
Why don't you address the grooming problems in your own religion before you jump into other people's religion?
Okay, but hang on a moment. I think there's a fallacy. You are seeming to suggest that because he's focusing on Islam, that means he's okay with other grooming. Is that because that's the inference you appear to be making?
I said he should focus on the grooming.
No, but he can choose which one he wants to focus on. That doesn't mean that he's accepting anything else.
But as a Sikh, why I think he should.
I think this is a terrible argument.
As a Sikh, he should be focusing on his own.
No, he doesn't have to. Who are you to tell him that?
A lot of people tell me as a Muslim, I should be doing something about the grooming problems. They don't go and say it to him, they say it to me because I'm a Muslim, because it's happening in Islam, they say. So that's why they say it to me, so that's what I'm saying it to him. He should look at the grooming problems in his religion. Just as I should do. Muslims should look at it in their religion.
But that doesn't stop him criticising it in your religion, and you can criticise in his.
He can criticise.
So,
the only thing,
and if a lot more is happening in yours...
Show me the stats of the Sikh grooming gangs.
If there is.
Where? Show me.
I ain't got the facts on me.
Oh, so you failed.
Go on to the next argument. What's the next thing you
What
got
do you
against
mean?
it?
Which grooming gangs? You mean Sikh grooming?
Well, you seem to be surrounding me all day, hooded up, telling me, yeah, so are you saying we're under Sharia and I can't talk?
UK.
Why'd you add too big on YouTube?
Are you saying, I'm not on YouTube now?
How is he different now?
I'm not on YouTube now. I ain't paying that bullshit, Jizya, you're mad.
When you come here, you're
I
quiet.
said it again.
Why you talk so much? You're so vocal.
You watch him during the week?
Steve, are you sexually active towards men?
No, are you?
He's asking you
Why are
out.
you asking me out?
Are you going to take the date?
Why are you asking
Who's
me out?
asking you out?
Sorry, I missed that. Stop.
48-year-old bloke.
48.
I know, don't look at it.
No, you look good.
Don't
Don't get excited, alright?
You're being sucked.
Something to work on.
He said he wants to suck you off.
That's what I thought he said.
No. So don't get excited,
It's
right?
not a gay meeting. I know it's all men, but this isn't a gay meeting.
Then what's watching?
Go on, peck him.
Well, because he's a man. What are you saying?
Raji.
So Omar, can we get back to the thing? You're saying that it's
Where were we when
you,
someone drank
you were
something
saying
gay
that
sex?
people should not have the right to say nigger or other words that people find offensive.
Yeah, they should.
Saeed's there,
That's
Raji.
not-
So that's limited speech. So you
That's racism. That's
sure,
racism.
but that's limited speech, right? So people should not have the right to say that.
They shouldn't. Why?
Okay, so
You can say the N-word.
say again.
You can say the N-word.
Well, why do you have to say the N-word? We can critique people, right? There's a difference between the right for somebody to say something and whether you agree with it. Do you understand the
Yeah, but he doesn't. He didn't have. No one has the right to say that.
But that's what we're saying.
Well,
People do have the right to say
person
it.
that said that all black people are violent.
Yeah, and that's I retracted that statement.
All right, so you said something.
And I retracted that
Why
statement.
did
You don't
say
know the
it
whole.
first place?
I think he was trying to piss me off. I was trying to piss him off.
So freedom of speech.
That's not racism. That's fair.
That is racism when you say all black people are racist. All black people are violent.
Saying the N-word is racist. Saying that ain't racist.
Sure, but he should have the right to say
But
it.
saying all black people X, Y, Z is...
But I retracted my statement. If
Why did you say that in the first place?
If it, like I said, to piss him off, to provoke
Maybe that's
him.
what Tan does. Think about that. Maybe that's precisely what Tan does.
That is,
you're no
that
different.
is what he does, but
Exactly.
he's
You
also
just-
racist.
you
But
just-
he's admitted being a racist anyway. He's proud of being.
You've actually just
I'm not
admitted to
racist.
doing the same. Well, how do you know he's a... So you've said it, but you're not a
He's
racist.
admitted
He's
it.
said it, but
Because
you
he's
know
admitted
he
it,
is.
Steve.
When
He's
did he
admitted
admit
it.
that?
There's videos of him admitting he's a racist.
Muslims love a bit of gay paedophile.
He's a
Look
racist.
how racist your
out
fucking
racist.
supporters are, you cunt.
He talks about how many religions. Started with Muslims. And
They're not my supporters, they're commenters. Get the difference, brother.
So you recognise the trend?
Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, they're all my supporters. Most of them are
Yeah, so he's
Muslims.
moved on to many.
What does that tell you? What does that tell
What does
you?
that tell you?
You shouldn't make silly comments. Makes you look a fool. Not you, sorry. There's other guy over there making foolish comments.
but he's just saying.
Oh, thanks.
It wasn't you that time. It wasn't you that time.
All right, so you accept that we should have limited speech. I just want to understand. That's your point, yep?
No, obviously, like I said, everybody should have the right to free speech, but
There's no buts. There's no buts after that word. As soon as you say but, you negate the first thing you said.
certain things, that's not free speech. But how many times can I say this one thing to you?
If you
This ain't
say
free
something
speech.
provocative, you should expect some reaction.
Saying that
Well, you
N-word
should have the
is
right to
free
say it,
speech.
yes? That's what we're arguing. That's the
But then
point.
expect a reaction.
No,
Racism,
you shouldn't
not
expect
free
some
speech.
reaction in the park, because that's violent.
Sorry, can
If
you
you
not be
know that it's-
racist
it's-
and free
it's-
speech?
It's acceptable for me to walk down the street and say you effing N to a black man. No, it is not. No, it is not. You can't go up to someone and say you black something or you N. You can't say that because it is racism.
Frozen.
What would be your intention calling someone an N? It's racism. That's all it is.
What about calling someone a batty?
It's derogatory.
Okay. It's derogatory.
Frozen.
It's not racism.
I'm right here.
Yeah, we can all
hurtful.
accept
Oh, there you are.
racism.
It's
It's
offensive.
quite derogatory.
How long is it going to
It's
take you
offensive,
to
but
grasp
it's
what freedom of speech is?
So
I have done it, so yeah. So what do you think?
There are limitations then.
No,
you
but
do know that
So you
there's
shouldn't
certain
ban the word
duties
batty
and
boy, but we
obligations
should
for you
ban
to
the
actually order within society. So you know that there's
no. What we're talking about, you're confused. Rajiv, you're confused.
Say that again?
You are confused.
State me the article.
I ain't paying that bullshit, Jizzy. You're mad.
Calling someone a batty boy, obviously, it is very.
We're not having Sharia in the speaker's corner.
It is offensive
I'm-
to people.
We're not having Sharia down
We
here.
can't talk through somebody here.
Say that again?
We can't talk through somebody. Come over the side if you want to speak.
State the article.
Here's what I'm saying. Listen carefully.
No, it's not.
No. Yes, it is what I'm saying. No, it is.
I'm asking you about the law.
I'm not interested in the law. I'm telling you what the rights should be here. I'm not interested. Yes, I will. No, I will. I will continue to do so. And you can try and use the law to hide away. It's not going to work, Rajiv. You can try and use the law to hide away. It's not going to work.
We did
Yes, it is.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? So, what's
Which means freedom of speech. That's the
word
word.
or batting word? Personally, what I personally believe is okay. Your sexual orientation, is a choice.
What makes you special?
And your race,
Freedom of speech is what makes me special. And you should be the same. And the fact that you want limited speech is the difference. Yes, I mean in Speaker's Corner.
I would like lawfulness. It's as simple as that.
Yes, I'm sure you would, because that suits your agenda.
Can you explain to
That
me?
suits your agenda.
Can you explain to me where is the article that says freedom of speech according to you? Where's the article? So you haven't read.
What article? What are you talking about?
Under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, right? That entitles everything that we do in terms of our human rights. I want you to establish to me where it
The
says
right
freedom of
to
speech.
speak freely.
Where?
I'll go look it up, and when I find it,
So you haven't looked it up?
When I find it for you, I know about it. When I find it, okay, keep saying that. Repeat it. Keep repeating. It's okay. Carry on. You're one of these fake academics that come here and ask for evidence, and when it's provided, you disappear. And when I ask you, you try to hide away. No problem. Where?
Real academic?
Who's a real
You're
academic?
suggesting that he's a fake one.
Yeah.
Where's the real one?
There's a real academic. Skydive Phil, Kalam. He's a real academic. I never claimed you one. So what do you mean getting in the way for you and talking nonsense? You're just like piping in from the side? Yeah, something obviously you don't agree with either.
Oh, dude. It's
presumably.
very
You should
selective.
be able to say nigger and packy though.
It's selective.
Should you have the right to say it, and then people should condemn them for it?
Not you. It's everything
Should
Rob
people
wants to
have the
say.
right to
Don't
say
take it
something
offensively.
and then be condemned afterwards?
Clearly you do. You can say anything. I don't control your tongue. You can say whatever
It's
you
not the
want.
question I asked you, my good sir. I asked you the question.
But clearly you can say anything you want.
Okay, you don't want to answer it.
Expect a reaction.
That's not the question I asked you.
Dude, he doesn't follow the law. So I don't even know why you're even trying to reason with someone who doesn't follow the law.
Thank you.
For some
The
reason-
law is
for
overridden.
some
Thank you.
reason-
He wants to hide behind the law because it suits him.
He
He doesn't want to talk in
right?
principle.
Supposedly.
That's okay.
But it's an
There's nothing to
offensive,
hear.
it's an
Yeah.
offensive word, no?
It's a waste.
It's an offensive word,
At
no?
least
He
you kind of
wants to
get
be
that.
offensive
Does
to
somebody
whoever
have the
suits
right
him.
to say whatever they
But
want
as soon as
to,
someone
or not?
says anything against him, he will then be asking for the law to get involved.
It's nuanced. It's not black and
No,
white.
it is black and white. Because there's a difference between the right and accepting what the person says. So somebody could say nigger or
Sophistry.
whatever other words they want to say, and we can condemn them for it, but they have the right to say it. Because that's what freedom of speech is, my dear.
Ask him what article.
Yes, that's a ignore that.
Article 18.
Ask him what article.
Where? I called the police. You're not allowed to say
18.
that.
What
Thank
does it
you.
state?
Can you put your camera on there?
What does it state? Write it. What does it state?
Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion.
Go.
This
Not
right
even the right
includes
article.
freedom to change his religion or belief,
Go to
and
Article
freedom.
19. Go to Article 19. Go to
Freedom.
Article 19.
What does that say there?
Thank you.
Freedom either alone or in communities. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion.
It's not even in it.
Say again. That's Article 18. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read this here. Everyone has the right, the freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes the right to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media. Yes.
Bringing this today. Thank you.
Oh, do you stand corrected? Do you stand corrected? Article 19. Is it
Article
19?
19.
No, 18.
18. Okay. Do you stand corrected?
Article 18.
Do you stand corrected? No. There we go.
No, I don't.
Raj, don't waste my time. Don't waste my time.
Why
Sorry,
are
what
you
did you say?
triggered? Why are you triggered?
Say
It
again?
doesn't say
No,
speech.
because you're a pain in the arse.
You just said thought.
Do you agree that everybody should have the right to say whatever they like? Raj, Rajiv, you need to interpret it.
You are getting upset. You're a grown man getting upset.
Thank you.
Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression.
What is freedom of opinion? That's freedom of speech. Yes? There you go. Do you accept that that's true? Please, I mean, because this guy is trying to scapegoat this. He won't accept it when it's given. I think you're a reasonable lady. lady. Do you think that?
Are you saying that you should be allowed to say whatever you want?
Apart from direct incitement to violence, pretty much yes. And even somebody made the argument that you could incite violence as well, and that should still be. And I'm not sure on that one. But virtually anything else, yes. The right. Notice the right. Not that we have to agree with it, but that they should have the right to do so. But once they say it, we criticise it. Somebody says nigger or Paki or whatever, we criticise it, or white Nazi, or I'd be called white supremacist, we can criticise them. But I support their right, just like I support the right of Anjem Chowdhury to come down here and talk his nonsense. He's entitled to. I'm the only one that's consistent here. Anybody else has the right to come and say something here without being assaulted. Correct, you got it. Thank you. I wish you could explain it to everybody else here as limited freedom of speech. They don't get this. Thank you very much.
I know, but we will talk about it, but we'll do it privately over there.
There we go. Once again, we have shown that freedom of speech is the way to do it. And anybody that doesn't have freedom of speech, it's very easy to deconstruct here. So we've dealt with Rashid, we've dealt with the other. This lovely lady here understands it. She might not agree with things. I don't agree with things. That's fine. But do you believe in it? Freedom of speech?
There's a level and there's a limit of freedom of speech.
Say again?
There's a level and a limit.
Yeah, lucky I heard that.
Okay, so then it's not freedom. Okay.
No, because I would not talk to you. No, I would have
Either it's free or it's limited.
No, I would have ignored you for. I'm very stubborn.
You know how many people I met today, Raja, that said they didn't know you and to leave you alone, right? And
What do you mean by freedom of speech?
The right to say anything without
I'm
being
just saying,
assaulted or having something happen to you.
Yeah, I know
That's
very
what
well.
the right means. Say again?
Do you believe in the King's law?
What is the King's law?
The King's law, Allah's law, God's law.
No.
I don't want to record it. I don't mind you recording my voice.
Look at the size
Yeah,
of you.
it's very dark. We can't.
Look at the size of me. What do you think it looks
Do
like?
you believe in the King's law? Do you believe
Look at
in
the size. And you're
God?
getting big odds as well.
No, but you're an
What I'm
atheist.
saying to you, the
Alright,
way you are today is
and
nothing like you was that
I
day.
applaud you for the fact that you are an atheist, because sometimes
I know Darba.
atheists have
All that's going to
got
do is get my back up.
they've got a reason for
Well,
them
bro,
for what
I
they
got
believe.
let me tell you, I've got an issue with you.
Of course you'd need a reason, otherwise you'd be irrational.
Exactly. So you're already halfway.
Like some of these guys around here, I'm never going to talk to.
what I
I'm to
believe.
you.
Yeah, but I don't think you've got good reasons, and I think I've got good reasons.
I can't prove to you that there's a God, and you can't prove to me that there isn't.
Yeah,
I
but-
can
Yeah,
believe
that's why
believe that there is.
There's there's a fault in your thinking.
But that's
there.
why I
Can you tell me why?
But that's why
I'm sure you've had a conversation with Brother Hamza.
Yeah, I've had Hamza's.
And when I saw your talk,
He's been educated multiple times, and he doesn't. I don't know whether he can't comprehend it or whether he's willfully ignorant. I'm not sure which one.
I'm coming at a neutral perspective, but when I've seen the videos on YouTube and everything between you and Brother Hamza, this is a neutral perspective and a neutral opinion. But I do believe, and I do think from what I've seen, that he basically makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? From a layman's perspective, because I'm not that knowledgeable, but from a person who's an atheist and from a person who believes in a creator, he has reasons to believe in that creator, which makes a lot more sense than someone to not believe.
Are you Muslim, or are you agnostic, or Hindu, or?
I'm a Muslim, and I'm happy to be one. But
So you're not in a neutral position, right?
I'm coming from a neutral position when I'm inquiring with you. Yeah,
You're not. I wish you.
I don't blindly follow, sir.
No, but I'm not saying that. But you have a cognitive bias. We all do, and you've got to recognise that.
I'm born Muslim.
No, not me.
I'm
I've never met
Muslim,
you,
but at the same time, I've done things which are non-Islamic, which I don't need to explain. But the fact is, I understand what it is to be a non-Muslim as well, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So for me, I'm just looking at it at that perspective.
You know, Betty likes you.
From the neutral perspective, right? Now, what the Muslim does, what he does, he believes in one creator, maker, shaper, sustainer. There's a reason that person believes in.
Yeah, but have they got good reasons? I understand all of that, but they need to have good reasons, and they don't. And Brother Hamza has given very poor reasoning, and his reasoning itself, if you watch the latest video with Skydive Phil, was incredibly poor, and Phil explained it to him plainly and easily. If you go watch the video on Contino or SE Dawa, you will see Skydive Phil, who's much more intelligent and knowledgeable, and he explained why the position that you put and that he put is incorrect. Go watch the video, and the next time we speak, tell me whether you've accepted it.
Before that, what is your reason that he's incorrect? What is your reason? I just want to know.
Right, so somebody that makes a positive claim that something exists has got the burden of proof. I do not need to disprove it, you have to prove it. All I have to show is that you do not have good reasons. I do not need to disprove it to show that it's unreasonable to hold a belief without without good reasons. That's exactly what Phil basically said.
Nobody's saying that your reasons to unbelieve or believe is an issue or it's not an issue. Nobody's saying that.
No, the reason, not mine, the reason.
But it's not the reason, it's a reason.
But your reasons are
It's not my
valid,
reason,
right?
it's a reason. It's a reason. Comparable to all reasons. Yeah? You've got 10 reasons, but it's your reason. And the thing is, you can't say my reason is illogic, and I can't say your
I didn't
reason.
say logic. I said it would be irrational, unreasonable.
Unreasonable.
Unreasonable if you say my reason is based on the universe, for example, which is often used here. And Phil explained
But your reason about the universe is based on science, am I right?
correct, is yours not?
Ours is based on science, but the thing is, there's something that science cannot see, or science has not
Not
revealed.
yet got to us, yes. So we should be agnostic, but you're not. You're making a positive claim that the universe had a beginning, and that beginning is God. And that goes.
Let me ask you one question, and this is one question I'm sure you've heard before.
Sure.
Is it better for me to believe in God, right? And maybe just that slight percentage, if there's nothing going to happen at the end of the world when we die, maybe nothing's going to happen. Okay, fine. I've gotten away with that because I've just lived the life that everybody else has lived. But if I live the life that I have to live through the guidance, and there is something out there after when you
I heard him on a live
i.e.
stream,
heaven or hell,
and all
who's the winner, me or you? And I know you've heard that before.
Yeah, and it's
I just
and
want to
it's
know.
not your thing to answer you
he was the only
but
one
that's
that
an
said, yeah, I'll
intellectually
help the
dishonest
guy.
question to ask. Because I cannot
just saying you're
believe
talking about
simply
hypotheticals.
for the fear that I might go to hell. Because if God is all knowing and all powerful, He will know that I don't actually believe. I'm trying to believe or pretend to believe because I'm going to heaven. And the question you originally asked, which is better? And I'm saying, which is better is being intellectually honest, which is better. Rather than believing because there's a slight chance that you might be right. So, in answer to your question, not believing or withholding your belief is the best.
So just there, you've told me something which takes the whole conversation on my side, because you said slightly right, and maybe slightly right.
No, that's what you said.
No. You just said that even if you were,
You said I was slightly right. Yeah.
No. Maybe I'm wrong. Imagine. I'm not saying I am. But you just said even if you were slightly right.
Yes, I was repeating what you had said previously. Because you used the word slightly right.
No, I didn't say I'm 100% right, which is slightly right or anything. But you just said there that if you were slightly right, if you were, you don't say that I am right. But you said if you were. So even if I was slightly right, are you going to risk that life to burn in hell forever?
Yes. Because A, there's no good reasons to believe in hell. Yes, of course. And that's the most reasonable position, and yours is unreasonable, without good reasons and evidence.
Why is it unreasonable?
Because you haven't provided any good reasons and evidence to suggest, one, that hell exists,
okay, now I'm going to ask you one question.
And that we're going
I'm going to ask you one question. What reasons are you wanting to see or believe for me to say, for you to have a slight understanding that, or an agreement?
Try and rephrase your question. Try and rephrase your question.
What I'm trying to say is, tell me what you think, what you want to hear. What do you want to hear?
I want to hear good reasons and evidence for what you believe.
What's a good enough reason for you to
well,
believe that there is a God?
You've got to present it and I'll evaluate it. I can't tell you ahead of time. I need to hear what your reasons are.
Do you believe in love? Can you see love?
I can see the effects of love.
But you can't feel it?
I can feel it, yes.
Feel
I feel things that I label love,
but you can't see love.
Well, it depends what the label is. No, I can't see what love refers to.
You know what I mean?
Well, I can.
When I say love, that feeling that comes on your chest when you get broken hearted, or if you've broken somebody's heart, that feeling on emotion on your chest, can you see that or can you feel that?
I can feel it, but
right,
I can
say
see.
No more. Say no more.
Hang on, don't stop.
You
stop it halfway. But I can see the love in my wife's eyes when I tell her I love her when I lie down. Of course I can.
I didn't ask you whether you can see the love of somebody else.
Can I see my own love?
Can you
physically
see
through my eyes?
The love that you feel in your chest, that love that you feel here,
no,
that pain that you
that's
can't
scientifically
remove.
not possible.
Scientifically not
correct.
possible. Right. Similarly, when you say you believe in God and you can't see God, you don't have to see God to believe in a.
But I'm not claiming that I'm
believe in an energy.
I'm not claiming that that's
But you're claiming that there isn't nothing to believe in. There's no reason
I'm saying I see no
in
good
a higher
reasons.
force.
Correct. I see no good reasons and evidence.
So do you believe in spirits?
Do I believe
in spirits?
No.
So when somebody's possessed, I don't believe
no,
that.
That's a psychological. No, that's a psychological condition.
You're gonna say that's mental health.
Correct.
100% mental health.
That's the most reasonable explanation because we know that's what it is.
So I've seen somebody who's had a mental health, as you would claim, right? Who's speaking a language which they were not born with, and a language which is different to what they speak. How do you explain that if they've never ever spoken that language?
Well, is it a language that somebody else understands?
Yeah, it is. But it's a language that they don't understand.
Okay, so what we've got something called savants. Have you heard of a savant?
No.
So a savant is somebody whose brain has been affected in such a negative way, but they're able to do unique abilities that they could not do in the past. So there's one explanation.
But how are they able to do that if they're not exposed to anyone who can give them that information?
Well,
So if they haven't been around,
that's a good question.
Right. So this is
Something
what
we
I've
could
seen.
investigate, but again, we need to do it under controlled conditions because what you're saying is antidotal evidence that hasn't been subjected to scientific inquiry. So I'm taking it with a pinch of salt.
So right, you take it with a pinch of salt, just like how you say to me that how you slightly believe in God or what you said before, something like that along those lines. Is that little risk that somewhere in your beautiful mind you have that little doubt that maybe there just might be something there out there?
I don't think there is. So I don't have that doubt, but I'm open to the possibility. And in fact, there is a book that I've read, which is of course not Abrahamic, but there is a book that I've read.
Forget about Abrahamic. The fact that in your beautiful mind you have a little space in there where it agrees to believe that there might be a possibility.
No, don't misrepresent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I do not believe a God exists.
No matter what
I'm open to the possibility of one, but I do not believe one. So there's no space in my brain that I'm reserving for the possibility in the sense of like, oh, I'm going to reserve this in case it appears.
How about this one? When you go to sleep at night and you dream,
I don't say that.
That's where it comes across.
No, you can dream about Raj, you can dream about anyone, but when you go to sleep and you dream, right? How can you say 150% that when you die, that there might not be some sort of similar activity going on in your brain and you might be
I never
dreaming?
make 150% claims on virtually anything.
So when you're in doubt, don't you have like a little thought in your head that you might have to consider something? Because
I consider things based on what I...
For example, if you die today, God give you a long life and a blessed life. But if you die today and you die and you go sleep and I was right,
yeah,
what are you going to do about it?
Do I get judged by God?
Of course you're going to get judged.
So I'll go stand before God.
God's given you people like me and 100 before me and 100 maybe after me to give you the information.
Yeah, but I think A, your information is faulty, and B, you don't have good reasons. So when I stand, of course I think that. So if I stood before God, I would say to him, God, you know the ability of my mind and my critical thinking. If your messages and the word that you sent down was not good enough, is that my fault or your fault? And if God was honest, he would say, God, it's my fault because I was not able to articulate in a way that convinced you.
I've been a little bit worried about it.
Fine. But having you talk to him. The thing is, God has given you enough reasons to believe.
No, but he hasn't. That's my view.
He's given you the planet. He's given you the earth. He's given you the sky. He's given you the birds that fly in the sky. He's given you the mountains that hold up the earth. This is what you're saying. Yeah?
That's what science says, my friend, not me.
No. Science is not 150%.
Nobody's claiming it is, but neither is your 150%.
Science is still learning. The Quran hasn't changed. Science changes.
Yeah, but the Quran is wrong, and we've shown that. On basic things.
No.
So
now you've come up with another subject where the Quran is wrong, which I don't want to speak about.
Plenty. No, I would suggest we don't.
My knowledge is not that deep in order for me
I
to
can present you a knockdown argument,
which I know that I do believe the Quran is right, okay, and I do believe that it has reasons. I believe it's the word of God, and there's a lot of reasons behind it, but I don't want to discuss that with you. We're discussing something else. We're just discussing whether there's a God or not, okay?
Yeah, and you have not presented any good reasons.
I have given you the thought to believe that there is a chance that there is a God that created the earth. You might not say it's God, but you might say it's energy, because you know for a fact that anything on this planet is created. You need to be a creator. I'm not as good as brother Hamza, who talks about how the earth was created.
Yeah, but he's clueless on science, so let's not use him. But he really is.
He is an intelligent man, and I will back him.
He's very ignorant on science. He's very ignorant.
The thing is
if he was standing, I'd say the same. Obviously, he'd argue.
You have your own point of view, but I disagree with that. Yeah, but you have your own point of view. I believe he's a very intelligent man. He's very educated.
I'm not talking about his intelligence. I'm talking about his knowledge of science, which is very weak indeed.
Okay, you say it's weak, and I say it's strong. But the thing is what he's saying.
One of us is wrong, right?
One of us is wrong, and we can leave it at that.
Well, we want to find out which one of us is wrong. Because if you're right, I have to accept it. If I'm right, in your rational, you would have to accept it.
Why don't you answer me this question? By 2035, I believe, or 2040, Islam is going to be the most, not only fastest growing religion, but the religion on the planet Earth.
Sure you want to go down that route? Where do you get that information from?
I've got the information of...
Stop, so you're still there?
I've got the information of internet sources and just generally...
You sure you want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
If it's not 2035, it might be 2050, but the fact is it will be the biggest religion and the fastest growing religion.
And why is that?
Then why don't you? Listen, I don't know why is that?
Birth rate, my friend. Because they have more babies, yes.
Because they have more babies.
Correct.
That is incorrect.
No, it's true. And we'll obviously...
How about the Irish? How about the Irish?
What about the Irish?
They have a lot of children. How about Somalians? They have a lot of children. How about everyone? Everyone has whatever children they want, and God blesses them with that. It's not, oh, because you're Muslim, you're going to get 10 kids. Where does it say that? Where does it say, oh, because you're a Muslim?
No, they have more children. Kids. I mean, that's well known. They have more children per family. Yeah. By the Pew poll and by all research,
Prove it to me that there's a fact, and I might disagree with you, and I'm not going to, go I'm not going to make a big thing out of it.
Well, you made the claim. Okay, once I do, hopefully you will.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen where there's a fact that Muslims make more children than any other religion or any other class. If that's the case, I don't know what the issue is.
Oh, you're mad! He's disappeared. I'm trying to find the evidence here, and he's disappeared. Okay. There we go.
This is my.
Are you off, buddy?
I'm off now.
Stops. Can you still see on the camera?
So this is how my little contraption is.
Oh, okay.
All right. How was it today, then?
Huh?
Good day?
Yeah, it was all right. All right. How was your day?
I'm still here and I'm leaving now.
Good.
So I'm happy.
Good.
It wasn't as hectic as last week. Thank you.
Then I have an issue.
I kind of went on a different.
Yeah, but you go off on the.
I was kind of coming from a different angle. The angle was basically just like, okay, this isn't. I'm not saying this could not be a Sharia law in this country because predominantly it's not predominantly Muslim country. You have to have the people want it for there to be Sharia. If people don't
Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. Stop. It's getting very dark here and stuff like that. All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. It's getting dark now. I'm probably going to head on home. I've got a 3-hour drive, 200 miles. So, hope you appreciated it, and I'm sure the conversation will continue. I'll be on Manicinda on Wednesday, challenging spirituality. All right, buddy. Take care, man. So yes, thanks very much, and hopefully we'll see you in about a month. Next time I hope to get down here. And if you want to support me, Patreon is the place to do it. That will enable me to get down here more often. But apart from that, we will see you next time. So thanks very much for tuning in. Cheers then.